Hello and welcome. Now in this video guys, we are going to continue on our videos application. Okay, so what we are going to do, ladies and gentlemen, of course I'm going to open my list videos. Here we have it. Okay, this activity. Now we are going to work on it to make it very nice and very simple. Of course I'm going to first of all change this constraint layout to be a relative layout. Okay, and again there is no real reason for this. Okay, it's just because I am more comfortable with the relative layout instead of the constraint layout. Okay, so this is the whole script. Now going back to our design tab. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna search for the scroll view. Okay, so let me type it. We have the scroll view right here. I'm gonna drag it and drop it inside my relative layout. And if we expand the scroll view, as you can see, we have this. We cannot show. It's actually there's a linear layout inside this scroll view, but we cannot see it. I do not know the reason. Maybe this is a problem with the Android Studio. They should fix it really soon. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click this warning here and close it, and this we have this linear layout shows as I said. Now what we are gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna drag and drop an image view inside my linear layout. Okay, and we are gonna drag some of them. So I'm gonna choose any of the images that I have in my drawable file. Okay, and just make sure. So as you can see, when I added the image view, as you can see, I added by mistake inside the scroll view, but what I wanted inside my linear layout. So I'm gonna drag it and drop it inside my linear layout. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate this image. Okay, this image view, or you can add one more. Okay, from this, let's select, for example, this image, and let's drag another one. Okay, let's choose different image, for example this one, and of course another one. So I did, ladies and gentlemen, I just added a few images inside my application. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select all the images. Okay, and let's go ahead and set the width to be wrap content or maybe match parent. Okay, and the height, let's set it to be, for example, 250 dB. Okay, and as you can see how it's look like, I'm gonna change the scale type to be center crop to fill out all the space. And what we can do, maybe I think I am happy with this. Okay, and what we are gonna do, guys, we are gonna, once the user click on any image, we are gonna play a video. Okay, but we are gonna play the video in something actually really nice. Okay, we are gonna show a window that will pop up in the same activity and it will play the video. Okay, so what we are gonna do first, we are gonna assign an IDs to all these images. So I'm gonna select the first image here. I'm gonna call it, for example, image underscore 1. Okay, and the same thing goes for all the images. I'm gonna make it, for example, image underscore 2. Okay, and for the 3, and for the same thing. Okay, for the 3 here we have it. Last but not least, of course, our image underscore 4. Okay, and as you can see, I assigned IDs to all these images. Okay, and now what we are gonna do, we are gonna create the window that will show up to play the video. Okay, in the same activity. And this is actually very simple. What we are gonna do, we are gonna create a new layout resource file. Okay, so I'm gonna right click, choose a new layout resource file, and what I'm gonna call it custom underscore video underscore alert. Okay, is that a simple name? I'm gonna click OK. So everything should be done. So as you can see, we have a simple layout. Okay, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the text tab, changing this constraint layout to be a relative layout. Okay, and going back here, and we are gonna start designing. So the first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a video view. Okay, inside my relative layout. Okay, let me drag it and drop it. We have it right here. I'm gonna make the width to be the height, sorry, to be, for example, 350 dB. Okay, what I'm gonna do also, I'm gonna assign an ID to be it, for example, video underscore alert. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drag and drop a linear layout of type horizontal. Okay, below my video view, I'm gonna make the height to be wrap content and also make the weight sum to be 3. Okay, and also I'm gonna make it below the video view. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop 3 buttons. The first one will be for the play, and the second one will be for the pause, the third one will be for the resume or for stop or for anything, for the cancel, whatever you want. I'm gonna select all the buttons to add general style. For example, make the background to be red. Okay, and make the text color to be white, for example. Increase it first of all a little bit, and let's make the text color to be white. Of course, you can make it bold, or you can go further with this. Okay, so as you can see, what we have, it look like this. And of course, we need to add a text to each button. So first one will be, for example, for the play. Okay, and the second one will be for the resume or the pause, for example. The last one will be for the stop or the resume. It's really depend on you more than me. Okay, and let's assign an IDs to all these buttons. The first one will be play. Okay, the second one will be pause, for example. Okay, and the last one will be for the resume. Okay, or you can make it for stop, cancel, whatever you want. Okay, it's really depend on the functionality itself. Now guys, what we are gonna do, we are gonna go inside our list videos activity here, and once the user click on any image, we are gonna show this file. Okay, and the video will be playing. Okay, so let's go ahead and add the functionality for this. So I'm gonna open my list videos. Okay, I'm gonna double click it to open it here inside my Android Studio, and we should see the Kotlin code. We have it right here. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, what we are gonna do, we are gonna add a function, a custom function for everything. So I'm gonna create a function. Let's name it, for example, image underscore video, okay, underscore check. Okay, it's a really simple name. I'm gonna pass it a view of type view, because I will call this method on all the images. Okay, so type it like this. Okay, we have this error. I'm gonna click on the Alt and the Enter to import this class. Now what we are gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go back inside my list videos and select all the images. Okay, select all the images here. I'm gonna search for the property on click. Okay, and choose my method here, image video check. Okay, that means once the user click on any image, this method will get executed. That's why I pass it this view. Okay, because I want to call this method on a certain view, in this case our image view. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, what we are gonna do, we are gonna check for, and now as long as this view, okay, is exists, okay, that means this method is related to some image, to some view, and in this case is our image views. Okay, and now what we are gonna do, we are gonna get all these image view and check for which one was clicked. So to do that, I'm gonna create a variable. Okay, I'm gonna call it, for example, image view. It's equal to the find view by ID method. Okay, but now here, first of all, let's cast it as an image view. Okay, and here, ladies and gentlemen, instead of passing it an ID, for example, the ID for the first image or the second image or the third image, we do not want to do this. Okay, we want to actually get all the images here. Okay, so to do that, I'm gonna type view, okay, dot ID. Now what I did, guys, I actually got all the images, okay, and save them inside this image view, because if you remember, when we select all the images, okay, all these images have the same function, okay, and here this function take this view. Now this view, that means it's holding all the images, and here we type view by ID, that means this variable now hold all the image views, okay. And now what we are gonna do, we are gonna create our alert, or the window that will show up programmatically. So I'm gonna create a variable, call it alert, okay. Now it's equal to the dialog. We are gonna call the dialog class from the Android system, okay, and we need to pass it a context, okay. And if you remember, we can access the context typing this and then add the name of our activity, in this case our list videos, okay. And what we are gonna do now, we have created a dialog or a window, now it's empty, name it alert, okay. Now what we are gonna do, we are gonna set this custom video alert file here that we have designed previously in this alert, okay. So I'm gonna type alert dot set content view, okay. That means it's asking us for a layout resource file. So in this case I'm gonna type R, that means go from all the resources dot layout, search for the layout, then search for our custom video alert. Simple as that. Now as you can see, it's very simple. I am taking the step really easily, okay. Now what we are gonna do, guys, here what we did, we are creating a dialog, okay, from the Android class, okay, from the dialog class, and name it alert. Here we are setting a content to this alert, okay, using our custom video alert that we have designed. Now what we can do, we can fetch all these views, for example this video, this buttons here, from this alert, because this alert now hold this whole layout, okay. Now what we can do, guys, we can create, for example, a variable for the video, okay, and it's equal to the alert don't find the view by ID now, because this video now lives inside this alert, and this alert holding this entire file. Simple as that. We can cast it to a video view, okay, video view, oops, and the ID, it was r dot id dot our I think the ID was video alert, yeah. And now what we can do, we can simply access the play button, okay, or you can leave it like this, or you can access all the buttons, okay, because you have the freedom to do this. I'm gonna type var play, it's equal to the alert. I just want to show you this. Find the view by ID, we can cast it as a button, then type r.id.play, okay. Simple as that. Now as you can see, everything is set up. Now guys, time for checking for which image was clicked. Now as you can see, everything is set up. We have the window that will show up, we have accessed the video that we want to show, everything is set up correctly. Now our time here to check for which image was clicked, okay. Now guys, if you remember, when we check for something, we are using the if statement. Of course we can check for the image view, okay. Here we have this image view dot id or dot something, it's equal, for example, to, let's say, an image, okay, for example an image underscore 1, that means the first image was clicked, okay. That means the first image was clicked, okay. But there are another way to do this, okay. I do not want to use the if statement, okay, because if you remember, we learned about the when statement, and the when statement is actually very simple and very similar to the if statement. We use the when statement to check. So in this example, we will use the when statement just for practicing, okay. So I'm gonna type when. Of course you can go with the if statement if you like, but I'm gonna use the when, okay. That's mean when the image view dot id, okay. And for this we have more than one case, okay. So the first case, for example, r dot id dot image 1, that means the first image was clicked, okay. I want to code this code here will get executed, okay. And I'm simply just gonna duplicate it, okay, for the second one, for the third one, and for the fourth. Here should be image 2, and oops, here should be image 3, sorry ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna type image 3, here should be image 2, and for the last one should be image 4. Simple as that. Okay, now if you remember guys, here what we did, here what we are gonna do, we are gonna first of all check for the image. If the image is equal to image 1, that means the first image was clicked, okay, and we are gonna play certain video, okay. And if you remember from our first video, okay, from the single video activity, here we have this way of playing a video. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy this code, okay, for playing a video from a URL or from using the URI, okay. And just for the time saving, of course you can go with the way that we want. So just I'm gonna copy it, okay, from my single video activity. Going back here, I'm gonna paste it, okay, click OK to import this URI class, and everything is set up. Okay, here we are creating a URI, we are getting the video that you want. Of course you can change it if you have more than one video. In my case I just have one video, so I'm gonna use it. And here we are setting the video to video URI, okay. And what we want to do, ladies and gentlemen, we can, everything is set up. We can type alert, okay, that means this window dot show, and it will show our alert. But we are not done, okay, because the video will be showing, the alert will be show, but we will not be able to start the video, because if you remember, here we have the play button, okay. We cannot if you hover over it, it says variable play is never used, because we want to assign an on click listener to this play button to start the video. So I'm going to type play dot set on click listener, and here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna type video, okay. We have the video dot start, okay. Here we have this video dot start, and let me check everything. So we have the video, we have everything, and we should be in a great place. Now for the time saving, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna copy this code, this entire code, okay. I'm gonna paste it in every image, okay, in every case, I mean, for the 3 and for the 4 also, okay. Of course there are more than one way to do this, okay, but I think I'm gonna go with this one, okay, and you can go with any way that you prefer, okay. And I think it's very simple. Now what we are going to do, we need to go ahead and run our application on a real Android device, and let's see how it works, and if we get any error, we are going to fix them together. So stay here, we are going to run it on a real Android device, and we are going to see. Now as you can see guys, we have our application up and running, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to start testing in it. Okay, so as you can see, we have the list videos here. If we click it, we should go to our second activity that will show all the images, okay, and we can scroll through them, of course, because we added the scroll view. And let's click, for example, on this first image, okay, and as you can see, this is the alert that I was talking about, okay. So as you can see, maybe you're wondering why the alert is so small. It's actually really depend on the video or the content inside of it. And if you remember guys, if you watch the first video or the second video about the videos, you probably heard me said about the dimensions and how you change them, okay. So I'm not going to repeat the things that I already said, okay. So you can go back and watch the video. Now let's start the play functionality. I'm going to click on the play, okay. So let's click on it. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the video is working just fine, okay. Okay, and what we can do, for example, click on this, the second one, maybe let's testing it, okay. I'm going to click on the play, and the same thing work here. As you can see, it's very nice indeed, and you can hear the sound, I am speaking. I'm going to click here to exit the alert. So as you can see, it's very nice. Of course, you can add inside the alert, you can add images, text, views, buttons, so on and so forth, and you can go further with this. Of course, I am playing the same video because I already just have one file, okay, of course, but you can change the videos. Now guys, what we did is actually really great job. Okay, now you have understand how everything work. Okay, now you may be asking yourself if you have, for example, a big files of videos, for example 1 hour of videos. Okay, now should you add it like this? Of course not. Okay, it's not the best way to do stuff like this. For example, create an app that will show a list of videos, okay, for example, for more than 1 hour. No, it's not a good idea to use this idea. Now of course I will show you a better way to do stuff like this, okay, in the next few sections. But my idea here to show you how to work, for example, with the when statement, how to mix the code between the when and the alert and the video, so on and so forth. Okay, my idea here to make you to think like a professional programmer, okay, to always find some way to make your code work. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. We are gonna go further with this in the few next sections, and we are gonna continue on in the next video.